Hey guys, I got another Gematria video showing how God hides himself with synchronicities in your life and in mathematics using the Bible as a huge numerical code. All right, we all know Isaiah 53 is a huge prophecy concerning Jesus's, you know, life. And in Isaiah 53:11 we read, "He shall see the labor of his soul and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge did my servant justify the righteous one to many, and did bear their iniquities." Now, when you add this verse up, it equals 3168. All the letters are numbers. And it just happens to be the exact numerical amount in Greek of Lord Jesus Christ. Kyrios Jesus Christos. Okay? That's more than coincidence. And once you see the hundreds of different things that I've shown you and that these websites show you, you'll realize there's a hidden code and it couldn't have been written by some dudes in a cave just to kill time. And now, and 666 is mentioned three times in the Bible, not just in Revelation, but also in 1 Kings 10:14. Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 600 talents of gold. Now when you add this whole verse up, it's 4752. And that beginning from position for 4752 in pi are the three digits 888, which equals Jesus, as you can see right here. So in pi, 4752 digits down the line is Jesus, and 666 and 888, it's all the same system. Now, what's interesting here for me is that in the KJV, the original Greek theos is translated as God 1320 times. And beginning from position 1320 in pi are the four digits 4752, which is the exact verse that talks about the 666 talents of gold of King Solomon. And now, where I get narcissistic, of course, because there's nothing else to do, right after 4752 here is 162, the numerical value for Benjamin. When you have that second yud, there's two spellings for Benjamin. It's my name, and it means son of the right hand. And right before 4752 is 210, my birthday, February 10th. Um, and of course, right before 210 is 152, the second spelling for Benjamin. If you take off a yud, which is a value of 10, which you can do in the Benjamin spelling, it's 152, 162. I was born 210. So I'm showing you this. The guy who did this page does not have a YouTube channel, so there you go. Here's another one. The decimal number 666 is 101.0011.010 in binary code. And beginning from that position in pi are the four digits 5166. And this is the gematria of the verse in Ezekiel in which Israel is to be restored to the land and converted. And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and will give them a heart of flesh. Ezekiel 11:19 is 5166. I'll be a narcissist one more time and show you the 152 right here, and then the 210 right before it. So, and I'm the one showing you this. Ben, born on 210. Yes, it rhymes. Anyway, let's keep going. Here's a really interesting one. 600 can also be written as 600, 60, and 6. The numbers surrounding the first occurrence of this concatenated form of 666 in E have monotonous end time implications. All right, there it is. In E, not in pi, but it's another irrational number, so-called irrational. Reading from the left, we find the numbers 3388, and that's the year of the destruction of the first temple, and the gematria value of Exodus 3:14. What's weird is 3:14 is pi, 3.14. And then we get 541, which is the gematria value of Israel. Not just the state, but us. We are Israel, okay? We're the people of God. And then you get 450, which is verse number Genesis 18:25, when Abraham pleaded on behalf of the righteous people of Sodom. So once again, the people of God, Israel, during the destruction of the first temple and Sodom. All these numbers tell a story. And then we get 1008, which is the value of Armageddon. Once again, the destruction in Revelation 16:16. And then 44 is the number of times the word beast appears in Revelation. And then, of course, 603 score and 6. And then 640 right after that. The Gematria of Son, the Son of Righteousness in Malachi 4 and 2. Interesting, huh? And within this string of digits in E, 1008 Armageddon begins from position 5,100,561. That's add 5 plus 100 plus 561 is 666 once again. God's smart, y'all. He's not just some all-powerful guy who doesn't know anything like our modern-day human kings. Here's a very cool one, too. In the original Greek, Babylon has a value of 1275, and the first occurrence of this number in E is surrounded by the values of Jesus Christ on one side, 2368, and a verse warning against false prophets of false apostles of Christ on the other, 9041. And 2 Corinthians 11:13 has a value of 9041. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. So before Babylon in E is Jesus Christ, and after Babylon is false prophets. What's interesting about that to me is that since America is the daughter of Babylon, it's a so-called Christian nation. But every little tradition, Easter, Christmas, Halloween, is all from Babylon. It's not from the Bible. So America is pretending to be a Christian nation, whereas it's one of the most sinful nations out there. We're one of the best countries, but we're not a Christian nation, period. All right, just a couple more. It says, Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. Genesis 25 and 8 has a value of 1989. And the word Abraham is mentioned 216 Bible verses, which is 6 times 6 times 6. The first occurrence of 216 in pi begins from position 991, which is the value of Barhisus, also known as Elymas, the sorcerer. The following three digits are 420, and verse number 420 in the Bible is the sixth verse mentioning Abraham. The next four digits are 1989, which round out the first 1,000 digits of pi. So, here's what's interesting. To know the number of years which constituted Abraham's good old age, we need only go back one to verse number 666 in the Bible. Genesis 25 and 7 is verse 666. And 216, mentioning Abraham and all that stuff, is 6 times 6 times 6. You know, it's just going back and forth and back and forth. All right. Now, Revelation 13:18. Let's see. The following Revelation 13:18, which talks about the 666, you got 1480, which is the value for Christ. See? And the 92nd word in the Bible, right after 1480, is God, Elohim. So the beast is trying to imitate Christ, but God will be God. And then, of course, the 4 sevens as well. Okay, I mean, it's all back and forth and back and forth. All right, when we read in the original Greek, Jesus said he's the Alpha and Omega. It literally just says, I am the Alpha, Omega. And that has a value of 1332, which is 2 times 666. And the first time 1332 appears in pi, it's followed by 31. And 31 is the value of the light in Genesis 1:4. And then it's followed by 666. So the Alpha and Omega is the light, but the 666 beast will try to imitate that. Okay? It's kind of interesting. And then the value of Jesus is 888, which is 110111100 in binary code. The first time that occurs in pi is at position 1661179,669. Add that up equals 1510, which is anthropos, which is man. Okay, Jesus rules man. And then, sorry I'm going fast, y'all. I just have like a 15-minute countdown these days because I got a strike on my YouTube. Whoop-de-doo. Position 888 in pi, or it's actually an E. This is a typo on the website. Position 888, which is Jesus, is followed by 888. Okay? And the following appearance of 888 are the four digits of 7070. And this is the Gematria of Matthew 24:3. If any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. Okay? And then Revelation 13:18 begins with, here's wisdom. And that for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. That has a value of 7070 once again. And beginning at position 7070 in E are the four digits 7278. John 4:29. Come, see a man, which of course they're talking about Jesus. Here's a cool one. The first 27 letters in the Bible have a gematria of 2611, which in binary is that. And beginning from that position in the binary code, in pi, are the three digits 666. So the devil is hiding throughout the Bible to trick us into thinking he is God. Okay? The days of Noah's life were 950 years. In pi, the first occurrence of 950 is followed by the four digits 2884. And in E, the first occurrence of 950 begins from position 2884. Okay? And what verse is that? Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. And then it goes on to talk about how Christmas trees are pagan. Okay? All these little signs. But they're not little once you actually understand them. All right. I already did that one, I believe. Okay. Abraham's 175 years can be represented as 100, 60, and 15. And so when we look for 160, 60, and 15 in pi, the first occurrence of this number is followed by the same three digits, 444. And then let's look for 100, 60, and 15 in E, 444. Okay? And what is 444 plus 444? Jesus, 888. Last one. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Matthew 24:37, multiplied by itself, 24 times 37, is the Son of Man. Jesus, 888. Thanks.